In a news update for Friday, March the 30th, 2018. Happy Friday, everyone, and happy Good Friday to those who celebrate the Passover. Today's top stories. A pipe burst off a skip with, a gas line break, we believe, or there was a major leak, a natural gas leak in Henrico County off a skip with road. The road was blocked and still could be blocked off as they find the leak to try to find out where it's leaking out. People this morning had to be evacuated over a 3 block radius due to the smell and the gas, and only half the people went. Also in Thailand, there was a danger in international news. In Thailand, there was a really deadly bus explosion where a bus caught on fire in the middle, and then it quickly spread throughout the whole bus. 27 people were able to get off the bus, but one person was seriously burned with third-degree burns, we do believe. Third news story today. A pipeline burst at a water plant facility in Hopewell, and that's going on right now, where it has caused some schools to let out early because of water pressure loss due to the plant being shut down because of water leaking where they were repairing a pipe on the facilities there. And they had to shut down the whole plant and power and everything due to the water leaking everywhere. So schools there once again had to be let out early there in Hopewell. It's in Virginia, the city of Hopewell there. So they're asking people to if you have water, to restrict water use in some of the areas that are near the area or near that water plant where the pipes have burst. May have to close because of it, but they're asking other residents to boil their water once water has been restored, and if you do have water still, to use it very sparingly in the area of Hopewell. I don't think it's affecting Richmond or other areas, but they're asking people to use the water very sparingly in the area in the city of Hopewell, Virginia. All right. So next story. Cold front's going to come through tonight. As we told you, you might hear some thunder. Will come through probably around rush hour tonight, and the warm weather will evade, but it's going to be cooler, but still be nice over the weekend. At highs around 65 and 69 on Easter Sunday. Also, there's a lot of good things going on. Maymont Park has got a thing going on for the kids downtown in Richmond if you want to venture on out there with your kids and family. And also, there's an Easter parade that will be held in Richmond too. To find out the times and places, go to their websites at their URL and find out more details, or you can simply call Maymont Park and find out more information, or find out it on their website. Just to name a few things that are going on around here for Easter for your kids and for your family, and it's good for all ages and adults, because at the Richmond Parade they're going to have a life-size life game where the kids and adults can have fun, and it's fun for the whole family, for both adults and kids alike. They're going to have food and have all kinds of people can be marching. You can march in the parade yourself with your costume. That's Easter, and wear your bonnet hats like most women do. They're designed special hats that women have made in lieu for the holiday and the festivities for the celebration of Easter. Seems like everybody has made a hat, when yet they should honor and give honor to the Lord Savior Jesus Christ, because that's really what Easter is about. It's about Jesus' resurrection, where he resurrected out of the tomb, and that's what we should be celebrating about, not partying and drinking And like a lot of people do, they make a lot of religious holidays into secular ones. But I hope that people, out of all the madness and celebration this weekend, will surely celebrate Jesus' holiday for the right way, in the right way, and for the right reasons, and in the right manner, where it really is due to Him victoriously rising for us from the dead, where He had power over death, just like when He comes back to end this world, He'll raise us too from the dead, and we will resurrect too, just like Jesus did. All Christians will raise from the dead and be called up to the clouds with Him, and we will go to heaven, according to what the Bible tells us in Revelation. So happy Easter, everyone, this weekend. Remember, try to do something for serving people too. The key is that Jesus was a servant. He wasn't a selfish person, but He was a service-oriented person. He came here to serve, and that's what we need to do, is serve one another. Think about that this Easter weekend. And I hope you all have a great weekend too. We're going to have a sunrise service, but we haven't heard anything from the churches, so our sunrise service at New Hunter Church of Christ will be canceled. We did not get any donations or any chairs or any food or any calls from any Baptist or Church of Christ churches in the area. So the sunrise service at Harbor Square Apartments is canceled. We had nobody call or nobody or to no avail to let us know who was coming or what things they were going to donate to bring. So the sunrise service for New Hunter Church of Christ event is canceled. Okay. Moving on. More protests in San Francisco for Mr. Davis is still going on. Clark Davis is his name. That was the black man that was shot 20 times, not in his mother's yard, but grandmother's yard behind his house, because he had a cell phone in his hand. And his funeral was scheduled for today. But the protests still go on in lieu, because there's a lot of tension. Matter of fact, there was outrage from a leader from the black community who spoke up, which is the point. There have been a lot more deaths in recent years to black young men than ever before. Now, I don't know if that's all racially motivated, but it does bring bearing attention to. And some people feel like these police who did what they did, because they should have saw what he had in his hand and looked and made sure what he had before they opened fire. I agree on him, because he had a cell phone. He did not have a gun. That's what we're shooting on. So you're going to shoot me because I have a cell phone in my hand? I think cops should look before they start blowing, shooting guns and blowing people away. I don't care what color they are, but it seems like more black people get shot because of things like this in recent years. And I think it's all over this country, and that guy is very upset, and he has every right to be upset. Now, I don't know the validity or the circumstances of all these other cases in lieu of the circumstances, but it is something that needs to be looked at and or examined up close, more closely, because it seems to be a problem across America. Also, everyone be safe. Remember, next weekend, the kids will be out of school, or I should say all next week, the kids will be out of school because of observance of Easter. All kids in the area up and down the East Coast will be out of school, so it'll be more busier and more sounds and noisy all next week. So when you're out riding your car, driving your car, you can watch out for the kids on their bikes and things, and scooters, because they're going to be all off of school all next week. Now, remember, Monday, highs will be in the 50s. But then Tuesday and Wednesday, it goes back up into the upper 60s, into the lower, into middle 70s on Thursday. And then it cools back down again. It's sort of like a roller coaster, like fall and spring are like that, because they're transitional seasons. So that's why we get these ups and downs in temperatures. So anyway, but everybody, have a good day. have a good weekend. Be strong out there. And remember that we're always here for you to tell the news as it happens. Went to Broadvest last night for the church service. They had really good church service, and that's some good singing there, and great fellowship, and we had a good time. And it was all about the events leading up to Jesus' death, which is today, and then his burial, and then on Sunday will be his resurrection from the grave, from the dead. And so all these things culminate in these 3 days. And, we love you. And I had a good time there. And, of course, we're probably going to I'll be going to my home church on Sunday. That's what I want to do. And that's the church where my cousin E.L. preaches at, Paul Green. So we'll be there this Sunday. And everyone, let's all have a safe and happy Easter. And let's all think about what it really means as we do all the things that we do with our family and our friends. And really think about what Jesus did. Take care, everyone. In the news update for Friday, March the 30th, 2018.